Hello everyone. Today we shall look into expression related functions. These expression functions it would help us understand how the M code or M language source code representation is done. Suppose that we have this sample date time values and the numerical numbers to showcase you a few examples. Let us see the first function, which is expression.constant. Okay, I'll quickly go to add column and create a custom column. I'll show you how this constant expression.constant works. I'll type expression.constant. Here you could see that as I type expression, here constant values appearing. You could open the parenthesis. Initially, I'll show you with date time. Insert the date time column, close the parenthesis. As you click OK, here you could see that the M-code source representation for the date time, it has been picked up using the standard datetime function. This is the M-code source representation for this datetime values. Hope you have got an idea. Suppose that these values I have the source values in text format, and then I have changed it to whole number. Suppose that we apply this constant function. Let us see how it represents. I'll type constant values. Here we have constant function. I'll type constant. You could see this expression dot constant is appearing. Open the parenthesis, insert values column, and close the parenthesis, click OK. Here you could see that in constant values, you could see that the data is in text format, because the source is in text format. Suppose that you want to see the encode representation for this text formatted data. Again, you could make the custom column, okay, and then write context constant text. I'll write constant again. Here you could see the expression constant. Open the parenthesis. Now we shall insert this constant values, and close the parenthesis, click OK. Here you could see that since these text values are derived in M code, similarly within strings, you could see the representation of constant text format. So this expression constant, it helps us to understand the M source code representation. Let us move on to the other functions. I'll right click, go to new query and take a blank query to explain you. The function is expression.evaluate. Let us see how it works. I'll type equal to expression.evaluate. As you click on it, you could see the examples here. Okay, I'll give few more examples for you. I'll open the parenthesis and I'll put double quotes. Okay, I'll type 10 plus 15 and hit enter. You could see that the result is evaluated to 25. Okay, this is how you evaluate the numericals. I'll give the name as evaluation one example. Okay, expression.evaluate function. Let us create a blank query quickly. And similarly, suppose that I want to evaluate the string function, evaluate any text content. Okay, suppose that I write power query. This function would throw as error because it won't be evaluate this text big, and since it is not in the relevant expression form. So here you could see that token EOF is required, is expected. The reason is this M source code, in order to evaluate it, you have to put the text format in this uh, triple quotes. Now if you could select this, and you could see that now power query is the text which I wanted with a space in it, and it is evaluated. I'll name it as evaluate example 2. I'll show you one more example. Let us go to new query and click on blank query. Okay, I'll go to advanced editor in the home tab, or you could click on view tab and go to the advanced editor. Okay, I'll remove this variable. Suppose I'll write value 1. My value 1 is some 23. Okay, and suppose that I want to multiply by 5. I'll write multiply underscore by 5. I'll write equal to, it is showing a red underline because of this comma which is required in the before line. Multiply by 5, what I'll do is I'll type value 1 multiplied by 5. I'll put a comma, go to the next line. Okay, I'll write expression equal to, uh, I have the function expression.evaluate. Okay, here suppose that I give the parameter multiply by 5 and give the output as expression, it would throw me an error. I'll show you the reason why. I'm copying the expression and clicking on done. You could see that it cannot convert the value 115 to type text. So in order to evaluate and make it corrected, what we have to do is, within this multiply by 5 variable, I'll use the function called text.from. This function, it will help us to convert the numerical value to text value, and thereby it could print the identifier format. Okay, I'll click on done. Here you could see that it has been custom, it has been changed from number to text format in order to evaluate the expression. I'll rename it as eval3. Let us see one more example for the evaluate. Here we have a blank query. Okay, here we have a blank query. Let us write a list, okay, where it could evaluate. I'll type an expression. Okay, expression equal to expression dot evaluate. Here in the parenthesis, I'll write a function called list.sum. Suppose that I want to sum a list of values, okay, and I want to calculate the total. Here I would click on this. I'll write the double quotes and inserted a function called list.sum. In the list.sum, I'll provide a list of values within the curly braces. Okay, I'll type 1 comma 2 comma 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So this is my first parameter, and I'll give the variable expression in the output, which is in condition. Here, if I evaluate this directly, you may not see the result, and it will throw an error because it doesn't exist in the current context. Suppose that you want to make it possible, you have to provide the current environment. To provide current environment, you put a comma over here and open the square brackets. Type list dot sum equal to list dot sum. So this could help us evaluate this total and provide us in this expression. As soon as I click done, you could see that it is evaluated and it is providing us the value 36. I'll rename it as eval4. To show you another function, I'll go to the previous evaluate query. I'll go to advanced editor and copy this. Okay, I'll click on done. I'll go to new query and take a blank query. Here I have advanced editor. I would paste this query. This is normal query where you could understand I have provided a value, I have multiplied it by 5. In the previous function I have evaluated it. Now I would like to show you another function which is called Expression.Identifier. So this identifier, what it does is it would help us understand, it returns the source code representation of an identifier. Suppose that I'll type multiply by 5, okay, and click on OK. Again you could see that it is not able to convert it to type text. So as I explained you earlier, you could try to convert it to text by using the text dot from function. Okay, open the parenthesis and close the parenthesis and end. Okay, make sure that you are utilizing the parameters correctly, and click on done. As you click on done, you could see that my identifier is starting with hash pound sign, and then within double quotes the value is evaluated. So I hope you have understood the difference between expression.evaluate and expression.identifier, where it provides the m source code representation of identifier. I'll rename this table as identifier, query as identifier. So this is how we explored about expression constant, expression.evaluate, and expression.identifier. Please go through it, practice, and thank you for watching. We shall meet in the next video.